Hi friends, Evolving guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for following along with our collection journey. So today is another Master Set Monday video, and I'll be honest, I was a little bit torn as to what to open today. Not because I don't want to open cards, but just we're still at such an interesting time in the hobby. So I do have, as you can see here, I have two Journey Together booster bundles, so we are going to open these. I was able to get these as pre-orders, basically. I mean, I know some people, I've heard some YouTubers and people talking about how things are getting better. I mean, I don't know, maybe, but I still have never seen Journey Together in the wild. And so I'm not doing quite as much card hustling these days as I used to, stopping at stores. But I have, I still stop at stores even for other purposes. And I just still have not seen any Journey Together. So I know some people have had a little more luck with this set. I think prices are coming down a little bit on sealed product. Prices are coming down on singles. Maybe the FOMO is kind of passing a little bit. I think just, basically when the economics don't make sense for scalpers, then I think there's just going to be a little bit more left on store shelves. But I did check prices, and these booster bundles are still retailing, or still market price, for over $40. And so, again, it puts, I think, those of us who just want to open cards, it puts us in a weird spot. So if you can get it for MSRP, then, I don't know, there's just something about, I mean, maybe you just don't care about what the market price is and you just open it. But just knowing that this is worth, $40, I'm not a flipper, but still, I don't know, just from like a kind of cost perspective, it just seems, do we want to open something that maybe I just want to hold on to it for a while and just see what happens with prices? But it just kind of feels like, opening it seems like maybe not the wisest thing. Of course, local game stores who get these in, at least some of them, are going to charge market price. So then there's also the flip side of like, I haven't been lucky enough to find this on store shelves yet. Again, I haven't found any Journey Together, not a single Journey Together product I have found on store shelves. All the product that I have are from pre-orders. Some from GameStop and some from local game stores. And so, I don't know, just like, again, in like past worlds, I would just like open a booster box. I'd buy a booster box for $100 and I'd open it knowing that redeemable ticket, that's actually one card. We just need a handful of like the commons and uncommons, and that's actually one of them. So there we go. We do need that card. But anyway, I don't know, just opening sealed product right now, finding sealed product. Hey, look at us. This was worth it. Of course, you can't count on hyper rares. Iona's Belly Bolt, that is a nice card. I know that's one of the more valuable. I mean, there's only 3 in the set. We already pulled the Spiky Energy, which is the least valuable. That might be the most valuable. Actually, the Hop Snorlax has some value too. Anyway, I mean, that makes me feel better, at least, that we pulled a good card. I don't think that card is like crazy valuable. I don't know. I'm trying to remember, maybe like 20 or $30, something like that. So, maybe the price of the booster bundle. But I don't know. It's just such a weird time in the hobby. I thought about maybe opening for some other sets. I have some sealed product of like Surging Sparks or of Twilight Masquerade. But again, just with the prices for resale, it just seems like even opening, frankly, even opening a booster pack kind of seems like silly right now with the prices as they are. I mean, even if I have them in stock. So I don't know, or have them on hand, I should say. So I don't know. Where are you at? Are you finding stuff? I still am not really finding products like in rock. Yeah, I'm just not finding stuff. I found a few things, which I'm going to have a different video. I think at least my plan right now is I'm going to record a couple videos of just some things I'm finding on store shelves, things I'm going to open. So it's not like, I mean, there was that period of time just not too long ago where literally like you just could not find a single card in stock. Occasionally, I've found a few things on store shelves, but again, I've still not seen Journey Together. I've still never seen Prismatic Evolutions. I mean, one time at Barnes & Noble, they had the poster collections, but other than that, I've never seen, aside from local game stores charging market price for things, which, I don't know, maybe I should count that, but I'm just talking about like paying MSRP for a modern, like, current product is just, I mean, think back to the days when that was just like you wouldn't always be guaranteed everything you want. But anyway, so as far as like Journey Together, we are still building a master set. Maybe I'll have a video soon looking at the binder. We have basically almost all, except for a couple exceptions, we have all the commons and uncommons. We have all the double rares, all the regular rares. a lot of those, I mean, some of those we've opened, but I haven't opened like, oh, there's something peeking out. We haven't opened a ton of Journey Together for the reasons I was just talking about. And so, you know, for me, I've actually just been buying singles. All right, we know something is in here. Hey, Lycan Rock, that is a cool one. We do not have that card. We have a handful of the secret rares. Ends Reshiram. We have a handful. That's a really cool card. I haven't really paid a ton of attention to some of the illustration rares in this set. Yeah, that's a really nice, just the art on some of these cards are just like so good. Yeah, I haven't, here, we got these 2 pulls. We got 2 more packs, so that's pretty good. I don't know what that Lycan Rock, I feel like Lycan Rock's pretty popular Pokemon that I could imagine that illustration rare has at least a tiny bit of value, and it is one we need. We need the Iono's Belly Bolt. That's another one that we need. So I don't know. I just feel like with Master Set building, I mean, you know, we've got basically all the commons, uncommons, regular rares, and double rares with a few small exceptions. And then, you know, if you've followed the channel, I pulled the most valuable card. We were really lucky that way. So that means as far as chasing singles, I mean, it never makes sense to really rip packs to chase one particular card, but we're just like in such a good position with Journey Together because we pulled the most valuable card, so we don't have to chase that or pay for it. So that means like the next most valuable card jumps way down. It's, you know, a little over 100, and those prices are dropping. So yeah, so I feel like we're in really good shape. And that's another reason why, you know, like opening packs, just, you know, I mean, it is, I mean, I don't know. We're lucky here to pull some like at least moderately valuable cards that we can at least kind of get our money back. But most of the time you're not going to pull your value. And because a lot of the cards, the illustration rares and the ultra rares are not that valuable, you know, you're just better off buying singles. I mean, we know that, right? That's just like common knowledge in the collecting community, but still you like to open some stuff. But I think we're in a place with Journey Together, just given how hard it is to get my hands on Journey Together for a good price, and given just the price of singles, and given that we've pulled the most valuable card, it just is one of those sets that I think it's going to be not too hard to complete over time. Again, we've got a couple chase cards still out there. If we could pull the Salamence, that would be awesome. If we could pull 1 or 2 more SIRs, but that's our pull. We got a hyper rare. Those are hard to pull. I think pull rates, again, it kind of seems like, you know, after some initial sense that maybe pull rates were better, I think pull rates are more or less the same. We're expecting 1 SIR for every, you know, 2 booster boxes worth. We've been lucky. A hyper rare is even harder to pull, so the fact we've actually pulled 2 hyper rares in a relatively limited number of packs is pretty lucky for us. So yeah, I think, you know, it seems like I like Journey Together as a set, but again, if we could just get our hands on it for a reasonable price, I'd be happy to open more of it, but it's hard to find. And I think at this point, you know, even opening these booster bundles, I was sort of torn. I have a couple more booster bundles hanging around and just thinking about like, do I open them or do I just hold on to them? Because again, the likelihood of pulling value out of them is not super high. I mean, we need some of the reverses, but we're not really even chasing. We just need some of the ultra rares and illustration rares. So I think we did well in that first bundle. I imagine that those 2 cards together at least like our kind of market value for the bundle-ish. So that helps. We also, but yeah, prices are coming down on singles. So I don't know. Anyway, it's just a weird time. And man, I mean, Destin Rivals, my local game store that usually does pre-orders has not put up pre-orders, and I've sort of heard a rumor they're not going to do pre-orders. I mean, they got shorted last time for the first time, and so I think they might be concerned about doing pre-orders and not getting their request fulfilled. GameStop's not doing pre-orders, so I really honestly have no idea how I'm going to get another Ruffy. And we actually pulled that as an ultra rare. It's just a kind of a bulk ultra rare, but it is a hit, so we'll allow it. We'll at least our first hit of this second booster bundle. It'd be nice to pull a few more cards out of this booster bundle. I mean, something better than a double rare. Maybe one of the, you know, get an illustration rare. So yeah, I really have no clue. I mean, we're still over a month out, but I honestly at this point, I mean, the only way I've been able to get any prismatic or any Journey Together is pre-orders, because I have not found it on store shelves. And so if this next set is not going to be pre-orderable, I just don't think I'm going to probably get any. I mean, I just don't know how I'm going to find any. So we'll see. I mean, I felt like Journey Together was kind of an experiment, and maybe we're just not going to open very much of it, and we're just going to buy singles after the prices come down. And at least I was able to pre-order some. I'd like to have at least a little bit of each set in my sealed collection. and basically anything I could get my hands on, more or less, except for I did get some extra booster bundles, which we're opening. But, you know, I got my hands on 2 booster boxes, one from GameStop and one from my local game store as pre-orders for good pricing. And yeah, it just doesn't make sense to touch them. They both have the box toppers, although what's interesting is the one with the topper is actually less valuable because it seems to be a little more available. All right. Iono's Kilowattrel, I think we actually need that card. There's a card or 2 we need. Maybe we do need that one. So we're down to just 2. This booster bundle has definitely been underwhelming. Of course, there's still a chance at pulling something. I'm surprised we have not pulled, unless I like just totally spaced on it, we had not pulled a single double rare out of any of these packs, which usually that's what you're most likely to pull. I'm a little surprised at that. So let's see if we can get 2 more packs. So anyway, I'd love your comments of just how you're experiencing the hobby right now, how you're experiencing this set Journey Together. Again, I actually really like the set, but it's just, well, there's a double rare. Is it a Blaziken? Another, we've pulled a few of these now. Again, oh, I should put it out. It does count. At least it's a hit. All right, last pack. Let's see if we can get a little last pack magic. We've done well with the first bundle. The second bundle has been a little less exciting with just a bulk ultra rare and a bulk double rare. See if we can end on a positive note to claw back a little more value. But anyway, yeah, I think at this point, I don't know how much more Journey Together I'm going to open, in part because I don't know how much I can find. I mean, maybe by summertime there's going to be more Journey Together, but I still have not seen it on store shelves. And I don't know if that's because just demand is high or if scalpers are still out in force. I really don't know, because it feels like a little bit less scalpable set than nothing there and nothing there. Yeah, it's a little bit less scalpable, a lot less scalpable maybe than Prismatic, but I don't know. That's kind of all we got for 2 booster bundles of effort again. And just thinking about just the cost benefit. I mean, if I paid MSRP for these and that's $50 and you can buy a lot more, I don't know, this helps a lot. These 2 kind of help, but still like $50 will go further buying singles that we need. I mean, you know, that's always kind of the case, but then on top of that, because resale of these is actually like $40, that's really more like $80 of value that we just blew through, and we're definitely not getting anywhere near that in return. So I don't know. It's such a weird time in the hobby. I'm still sticking with it, but I definitely understand people's impulse to maybe take a break or even step back completely. So anyway, we'll keep at it. Look for more videos. Thanks for following along. Please do leave your comments. I really love to know kind of what your experiences are lately, and we'll catch you in a new video sometime soon.